Greg King. I'm the president of Cross Precision Measurement, and I am coming to you today from our Oklahoma City office. I've been with Cross for 18 years. I was with a company called Scale Source. That's where I got my start in the calibration industry. We were pretty much a heavy capacity calibration company, so we had calibrated a lot of heavy capacity truck scales. J. King bought that company, and I had a nice career at J. King, and then obviously we transitioned to Cross, and I could not be happier to be here. Cross Precision Measurement, we are made up of kind of three divisions within Cross Precision Measurement. We have our testing division, we have our service division, and we have our sales division. Our sales division is focused on selling service and capital product. So you think about large capital equipment purchases, whether that be a truck scale or a vision system. Our product specialists are tasked with selling that equipment. Our service sales team is tasked with selling service, just like it says. So they're tasked with going out, uncovering opportunities, getting a customer's equipment list, and quoting that, and then hopefully winning that business to allow our service department to come in and start calibrating that equipment and providing service for that customer. Our service department, if you look at it, can kind of be broken into three areas. We have our traditional service department, which focuses on scales and precision measurement of equipment. So we go out and test large truck scales as well as micro balances and anything in between. Our precision measurement technicians, they go on site or work in the lab to calibrate equipment used in manufacturing processes, things like temperature devices, calipers, mics, torque wrenches, pressure gauges, anything that has to be measured within a manufacturing process. We most likely have the capability to calibrate that. The third area of our service division is our embedded division. It's kind of focused on when a customer doesn't want to necessarily perform those tasks themselves of calibrating equipment or doing verification checks, they bring us in. So we have embedded technicians that show up each and every day at our customer's facility and offer calibration services. We offer power tool repair services. We go out on routes and validate torque amounts. So we go out and do QC checks on the line. That's one thing that we do for a lot of automotive customers and manufacturers of agricultural equipment. The other area of our service department is our vision and inspection service group. So we have a group of technicians that is focused on calibrating and servicing vision equipment. And we have technicians that do a lot of contract inspection. So contract inspection can be done on site using an arm to go out and calibrate or to check a fixture gauge or any kind of piece of equipment that a customer needs to have measured. We also, within our labs, have CMMs that we can do inspection work on to validate that a part was made correctly per manufacturer's specs. And the third group that I talked about is our testing group. We have a testing office in Mexico and in the United States. This group provides a lot of testing services to the automotive industry. We do airbag deployments. So at both of our facilities in Mexico and the US, we shoot or explode airbags, however you want to say it, and we use high-speed cameras to capture that in a chamber to make sure there's no particles that are going to fly out of that airbag that would harm an individual when those go off. We also offer a lot of environmental testing within that automotive space. So we do a lot of sun simulation, a lot of moisture simulation, humidity. We have sun simulation that can simulate a car sitting in the desert for 6 months, but we speed that up because of our high intensity bulbs. We can do that in 30 to 60 days. And so we test how well a car component will handle different elements. You know, at Cross, we talk a lot about culture and what it means to be an ESOP and servant leadership. And one cool thing that recently happened to us is that we were in a large bid process with a aerospace manufacturer in Kansas, and we got the opportunity to bid that. And even though we were not the lowest cost provider, actually we were significantly higher, the company picked us because of our culture. Our culture aligned really well with that company's culture. So it's cool when you can take our culture and actually win business because of that. And all of that obviously is geared towards servant leadership and taking care of each other and being good stewards of our resources. And it's nice for another company to see that and recognize that and actually award us business because of that. So right now I am super excited about the team we have. Our team is incredibly stable at the moment, incredibly talented. Everybody seems to be really pulling on the same rope, wanting to do what's best for our customers and really wanting to add a lot of value to the ESOP. So what most excites me about the future is the team that we have in place right now and building that team to be the best possible team they can be. So one of the areas that we are potentially looking to grow in, which aligns well with our strategic plan, is when we talk about uncovering new opportunities for growth. And what that could mean to us is EV charging stations. So one of the areas that is now going to start being regulated is EV charging stations. You think if you have an EV car and you pull into a charging station and you plug that in to charge, most likely you're going to pay a fee for that. Anywhere there's a transaction where you pay a fee, whether that's at a gas pump or at a grocery store using a scale, that device has to be checked. And so a lot of states are starting to regulate that those EV charging stations have to be checked to make sure the consumer is getting what they pay for. Obviously, that space is exploding, and so we're excited to explore opportunities on getting into calibrating and validating EV charging stations.